Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. Season 27 of Big Brother is very much in the past, but there's some lingering drama playing out online. Fifth-place finisher Keanu Soto went on Twitch and threw shade at his former frenemy Rachel Reilly. Keanu claims that she and other members of the BB27 cast are frantically attempting to maintain their relevance. The Big Brother legend herself gave him a clapback for that comment. Despite Rachel Reilly's Big Brother legacy, Keanu Soto called her irrelevant. In a clip that surfaced on Twitter/X, a fan asked Keanu about his relationships with the cast outside of the competition. He called out Rachel and Jimmy Hagerty and Ashley Hollish, two other BB27 competitors, rather than being friendly. Keanu stated, "Don't get me wrong, I love them as people, but they're trying to elevate their stardom by trying to bring down other people." He went on to say, "They're trying to elevate themselves by bringing down other people, and I don't fuck with that. Why are you trying to talk bad on other people to try and raise yourself? If anything, you just make yourself look more irrelevant more than anything." Now, we don't know if the America's Favorite House Guest victory caused him to lose his mind or what, but that is a pretty significant swing. He went on to say that his fellow BB27 cast members are aware that they are irrelevant and are attempting to do everything in their power to finish their 15 minutes on the show. According to Keanu, "I feel like a lot of them realize they are irrelevant, so they feel like they have to maximize this window before the beginning of next year, and they completely get forgotten about, for them to have some sort of relevance right now. Honestly, nobody really talks about them, and for good reason. It is what it is." Naturally, a lot of fans were very upset about Keanu's remarks, but Rachel's reaction was the best. Keanu was not mentioned by name by her. Still, we know exactly who this post was about. The shade came down. "Literally a mom of 2 kids who is out here trying to do the best job I can, trying to provide my children with a good life, a future, and nutritious food. And for some boy child to come at me because he was on a show with me, call me names, and act like it's okay is so disrespectful and gross." She continued, "I've been nothing but nice. I don't talk bad about him, especially not on a podcast. I've done this 15 years, so trying to tear me down because of your insecurities, sure, but you'll never be where I am because of this type of behavior." Rachel Reilly had always believed she'd seen it all in the Big Brother universe. Alliances forming and collapsing in minutes, blindsides that rewrote the season, dramatic exits, chaotic returns, and even a few friendships strong enough to survive the pressure cooker of live feeds and the court of public opinion. But despite the fact that she had been on the show for a long time and was one of its most known legends, she wasn't ready for the strangely unprompted insult that came her way on a quiet Tuesday afternoon. The fact that the attack did not come from a long-standing rival made it even stranger. It came from someone she actually liked. The post that started it all. Rachel had been finishing a workout, minding her business, when her phone started lighting up with messages, not the usual flood of fan tags, but texts from former castmates, friends, and even production crew. "Are you okay? Did you look at what he posted? Call me right now." Confused, she opened social media and found that her co-star, someone she had filmed with on an All-Stars-style charity special just months ago, had posted a long rant. The post didn't talk about gameplay, the show, or anything else that was going on right now. Instead, it casually dropped a line blaming Rachel for being fake supportive and implying she had undermined him behind the scenes. It was hazy. It was random. It was odd. Rachel blinked at the screen. She wasn't hurt so much as perplexed. They hadn't spoken in weeks. Nothing dramatic or unusual, just normal life pulling them in different directions. She didn't immediately clap back. Not to subtweet, of course. It wasn't even to text him. Her first instinct was to breathe and figure out what was actually going on. Rachel called it out calmly. Instead of responding aggressively, she went live later that afternoon. Thousands joined within minutes. Fans, former castmates, curious onlookers, and of course, every BB blogger on Earth. Her tone was controlled, steady, and even warm. "Okay, so apparently I'm part of some random attack," she said with a laugh that held no bitterness. "I just want to clear the air because I'm honestly confused." She explained that she and the co-star, let's call him Jason, had recently collaborated, had a good time, and parted ways on good terms. So seeing the post surprised me. It's not because I'm fragile. Rather, it's because it's not like our previous interaction. I don't know if he's going through something or if it was heat of the moment, but regardless, I'm here to say I'm not engaging in negativity. The comments went crazy. Classy. Queen behavior. Rachel handling this better than I would. She went on. I've done Big Brother long enough to know people get emotional, people vent, people misremember things. I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just saying if someone has an issue with me, I'd rather they text than post. It wasn't an attack. It wasn't petty. It was simply Rachel setting a boundary while maintaining her characteristically upbeat energy. And that's why it hit so strongly. Meanwhile, at a different internet corner, while Rachel wrapped up her live stream, Jason posted again, this time sounding more defensive than angry. People had flooded his comments asking what Rachel had done. When his followers demanded specifics, he realized he hadn't actually said what he was upset about, since, to be honest, even he wasn't sure. During the charity special, they disagreed about a challenge edit. It was minor. So minor he hadn't thought about it in months, but earlier that day, while scrolling, he came across a fan compilation in which Rachel was hailed as the MVP of the event. It brought back an old sense of insecurity that he had buried for some reason. Jason hadn't attacked Rachel because of anything she did. He did it because he felt like he was comparing himself to Rachel, and instead of confronting the feeling, he hit post. He sat alone rereading his own words and feeling the weight of regret settle as the internet interpreted him as the villain in a feud he didn't start. The DM that changed the mood. Rachel, in her typical straightforward fashion, didn't wait for him to make the first move. After signing off her live stream, she opened her messages and typed, "Hey, I read your post. Not sure what happened, but I'm here if you want to talk. No hard feelings." Jason stared at it. The kindness in the message hit harder than any dragged-out online battle could have. He responded, "I'm sorry, honestly. I don't know why I wrote that." They exchanged messages for nearly an hour. He admitted his insecurity. Rachel shared her experience dealing with similar feelings during her early seasons. "But why didn't you just talk to me?" In the end, she asked. "I don't know. You always look so confident. It's intimidating." Rachel laughed out loud at that. If only you knew how much of that is caffeine and chaos. The public follow-up. The next morning, Rachel posted a short message, not calling him out, not rubbing anything in, not even referencing the drama directly. People are human. People slip up. The internet doesn't need to be a battlefield. Choose kindness when you can. Fans immediately praised her for the calm, grounded response. A few hours later, Jason posted a full apology. "I reacted unfairly and emotionally. What I said was undeserved of Rachel. She's been nothing but supportive to me. That is my responsibility, and I'm learning from it. Although imperfect, it was sincere." Reflecting on the experience. Rachel was questioned about the situation a few days later during an interview with a podcast. She shook her head gently. It wasn't drama. It was a mix of emotion and miscommunication. I think that sometimes the Big Brother world teaches us to anticipate gameplay motives behind every move, but people make mistakes in real life. I'm not holding it against him. She went on. "I've grown a lot since my first seasons. If this had happened back then, I probably would have cried, screamed, and then built a pyramid of glitter to summon vengeance," she joked. "But now I'm older. I have kids. I've done reality TV long enough to know that protecting your peace matters more." A peaceful resolution. Behind the scenes, she and Jason agreed to grab lunch the next time they were in the same city, without cameras, no interviews, no posts, just a conversation between two people who had momentarily collided in the noisy world of social media. Rachel walked away from the situation with a sense of pride, not because she had won, but because she handled something chaotic without letting it become chaos. And Jason, he learned that words spoken in a moment of insecurity can have far-reaching effects, but they can also be repaired with accountability and honesty. The Big Brother takeaway. Rachel's response was unexpectedly upbeat in a world where spectacle is king. She was not interested in drama. She did not stoke the embers. She did not weaponize her platform. She simply addressed the issue with clarity, compassion, and firmness. And in doing so, she reminded everyone, fans, castmates, and especially Jason, that not every conflict needs to explode into a headline. Sometimes the biggest move is
Surprises
choosing
were
peace.
not unusual to Rachel Reilly. She had been in the Big Brother house for a long time, and that experience had prepared her for unexpected turns, blindsides, shifting alliances, and the kind of televised chaos that could make any moment a headline. But nothing in her long reality TV career quite compared to the quiet confusion she felt on a sunny Wednesday morning when she woke up to dozens of messages buzzing her phone. At first, she thought something big had happened in the Big Brother fandom. Maybe a cast announcement, maybe a rumor swirling online, maybe a new show spinoff. She opened her notifications instead and discovered that everyone wanted the same thing. "Rachel, did you see what he posted? What is going on between you two? Why is he attacking you out of nowhere?" Still half asleep, she tapped the link someone sent her. There it was, a long, strangely emotional post written by one of her more recent co-stars from a charity special they had filmed together earlier in the year. The post wasn't mean, it wasn't an outright insult, but it accused her, vaguely, of being fake supportive and of talking about him behind the scenes. The confusing part was that Rachel hadn't spoken to him in weeks. They'd parted on good terms, there had been no argument, there had been no miscommunication, and there was nothing that would have led to this. She frowned at the screen, not angry, but puzzled. "Where is this coming from?" she murmured to herself. A calm response instead of a fight. Rachel knew better than to react impulsively. Years of dealing with fan speculation, cast drama, and the pressure of being a public figure had taught her to pause first. Instead of firing back, she brewed coffee, took a walk around the block, and gave herself time to think. Only then did she speak out. Later that afternoon, she went live. She didn't cry, she was not annoyed, she did not use sarcasm, she gave the impression of genuinely wanting clarity rather than conflict. She began by waving to the thousands of viewers who had joined within seconds, saying, "Hey guys, so it appears that something is being said about me online. I've seen the post, and honestly, I'm confused." The comments immediately exploded. "What happened? Why is he attacking you? Are you all right?" Rachel maintained a gentle tone. "I just want to say, I haven't spoken to him in a while. There was no fight between us, we didn't have tension, so if he felt something or misunderstood something, I'd rather he reach out to me directly. I'm not here to kick things off." She added, "People go through things. Emotional responses occur occasionally. I'm not upset, I'm just hoping we can talk and figure it out." And with that, she ended the live. No shade, no digs, no obscure messages, just honesty. Meanwhile, the co-star deals with his own regret. While Rachel's steady response gained support across social media, the co-star, let's call him Devin, was having the opposite experience. He hadn't expected his post to blow up. He hadn't expected fans to tag Rachel non-stop. He hadn't expected to feel embarrassed. The truth was simple, and it hit him harder the more he replayed it in his head. He had acted emotionally, writing the post because of a moment of insecurity while scrolling online. Earlier that day, a fan account had posted a compilation of Rachel during the charity special, highlighting her energy, her competitive spirit, her natural leadership. He had fallen into a spiral of comparison after reading the flattering remarks about her. He remembered a minor disagreement during the filming of a challenge and, before thinking it through, typed out his feelings. He almost immediately felt bad about it, and when he observed Rachel's composed response, the guilt settled even deeper. Making a private contact. As soon as Rachel ended her live stream, she checked her messages and found one from Devin waiting for her. It wasn't defensive, it was brief, it was simple. "Hey, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have posted that." She read it twice, then replied, "Thanks for reaching out. Want to talk?" They communicated for nearly an hour. Devin admitted the truth. He hadn't been angry at her. She had not mistreated him. He had simply let insecurity lead his emotions. He explained how he felt overshadowed when he saw fan edits. Rachel responded with empathy. She wrote, "Believe me, I've felt that too."
Reality television strains the ego. They talked, clarified, apologized, and ultimately agreed that they were good. Not just publicly good, actually good. The public follow-up. The next morning, Rachel posted a brief, thoughtful message. No one is perfect. People have moments. Communication matters more than assumptions. We talked, we're fine, and I'm wishing him the best. Her fans applauded her handling of everything. Many said the same thing. That's growth. Shortly after, Devin released his own message. I acted out of fear and emotion. Rachel didn't deserve to be pulled into that. We've talked privately, and I appreciate her kindness and understanding. It wasn't dramatic, but it was responsible. And more importantly, it put an end to the confusion. A lesson in an unexpected place. Later that week, during a podcast interview, Rachel was asked about the situation. She smiled softly as she shook her head. There wasn't a fight. It was a misunderstanding. Social media makes it easy to vent without thinking. But over the years, I've learned that responding calmly is more helpful than reacting emotionally. She explained that the Big Brother world, with all its competitive nature and constant analysis, can make people sensitive, sometimes more than they realize. When you spend so much time being judged, voted on, and watched, little things can feel bigger than they are. The host asked her how she stayed centered through situations like this. Perspective. Real life matters more than online noise, and I care about treating people with grace. Continuing forward. Rachel didn't dwell on the incident, neither did Devin. They agreed to reconnect the next time they met at an event. For Rachel, the situation became a reminder of the power of responding with calm confidence, choosing clarity over conflict, peace over pettiness. For Devin, it became a wake-up call about the responsibility that comes with having a platform and the importance of addressing emotions privately before blasting them into the world. A quiet ending. In the end, what could have been a dramatic feud fizzled quickly because one person chose not to escalate it. Rachel didn't need to shout to make her point. She simply spoke honestly, listened carefully, and handled the moment with maturity. And in doing so, she again proved why she remains one of the most respected figures the Big Brother world has ever produced.